lock and load, Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Where we lock and load, Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah. Where we lock and load, Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on.
Welcome to another edition of the Allen Powers Show. We are live on a Wednesday night with a packed, locked and loaded show tonight. We will be talking about the interview Dwight Howard did with Mario Chalmers about getting kicked off the Lakers. Stephen A, was he wrong or right for the confrontation with was LeBron right or wrong for confronting Stephen A about his son? Where should Aaron Rodgers go? But I want to introduce the panel for today. Mr. Vic Lebron is back in the building. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, what's up, gang? How y'all doing?
Amaru from Black Butterfly Pod.
Going on, people? Black people.
We got Raphael in the building.
What up, fellas?
What up, Ralph?
We got a special guest debuting on the show for the first time. You can catch him on WLTH in Gary Station. He got a plethora of shows, too long to list. Mr. Silver Fox is in the building. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Hey, we look like a worthy panel. Hey, we're gonna have some real conversation here.
Yes.
I like the topics.
Yes, but we're gonna start it off because this is Chicagoland area, Gary, Indiana. We are, I presume, all Bears fans on this show. Even though Amaru was in Wisconsin, he's
Wait,
still.
wait. No. No. I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan. So look, listen.
The ponies? Oh no!
Hey, look, I don't want to remind y'all of 2007. Let's not even talk about it, okay? But I am a Colts fan. I live in the Chicago area. I give respect to the Bears, but no, I'm not a Bears fan. So let's get that. Let's be clear on that. Let's go.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I assume they say when you assume you do something to yourself. So that was my assumption right there. And now I got that cleared up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get ready to lock and load and talk about NFL free agency. So because you're not a Bears fan, I was going to come to you first, Mr. Silver Fox. But because you're not a Bears fan, I'm going to come to you a little later because we did take one of y'all players, and maybe you can give some insight on that young player. But I want to come to the Bears fans and what Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson is doing, the moves being made. Now, I would say last year they was making moves with Keenan Allen and some other moves, and we thought that they was winning the offseason. But I'm hoping and I'm believing that this time is different because Ben Johnson is a new mind. We're seeing some legit people with some pedigree that's coming into Chicago. So, with that being said, Ryan, I want to come to you first, man. We got some big hogs coming to Chicago, man. Some legit guys. Joe Toney, a Pro Bowler. Warner Jackson, a former Pro Bowler. What are you thinking about the moves being made with the Bears and the O-line and the D-line?
Man, I think they are every move that they needed to make. Shoring up that interior. I was a little wary of the Grady Jarrett signing because of his age, but after seeing his press conference and I'm sold. You know, I believe that was a piece we needed. All these guys are on deals that expire before it's time to pay our quarterback if he deserves a lucrative deal. So I just think that this just solidifies the team. I've been saying on previous episodes or previous shows that we needed veterans to show these young guys the way. We got that. We got Super Bowl pedigree. We got Pro Bowl pedigree, and we just got guys who have done it at a high level before. And as of now, from the hiring of the coach to the signing of the free agents, I mean, I had to give the Bears an A+ for what they've done this offseason. You know what I mean? I really would.
Okay, so he's on board. He believes in these moves. Silver Fox, I want to come to you, man, because we did take one of the defensive end. Dayo Odeyingbo. I think I said it correctly.
Yeah. How you say it again?
Dayo Odeyingbo. Is that correct? And Mr. Silver Fox,
let me look at this name. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna even try to tackle that last name. We'll just stay with Dayo.
Dayo.
First of all, little bit that I know about him. Dayo, D-O-L. We'll stay with that. The little bit I know about him, his upside is his youth. He's had 16, I think, something and a half sacks in 2 years. I gotta give credit is due. Once again, the Bears have a championship off season like they have had for the last 3 years. They have really did their thing, and what I like about it, they met their deficiencies. They knew that they had to shore up that offensive line, and they had to get a pass rush. And I give credit. And I tell everybody, and I debate the Bears fans all the time, you're going to be good. You're going to be good next year. And luckily, we got our lick in last year, when you came to Indianapolis.
Hey, man.
We got our lick in, yeah.
Bring that up. Watch it. It's 2025. Like, you ain't have to talk about that. That's old news. Look, Ralph, I want to come to you, man. Listen, it's some connection.
Yeah, but and let me say one more thing before y'all go.
Go ahead. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Are you going out? Let me see. You're going in and out. That's technology for you. That's technology. We're gonna try to get you back. Go ahead. Try to see how your connections is. But Ralph, in the meantime, there's some connections between Jonah Jackson and even Drew Dorman. So Jonah Jackson played under Ben Johnson in Detroit when he was a Pro Bowler. That was a few years ago, and I seen in the story Drew Dorman, the center from Atlanta, also took less money to play under Ben Johnson because he wanted to play under Ben Johnson and block for Caleb Williams. What do you think about these moves? Are you sold on these moves better than you was last year? Yeah, last year's moves.
I love last year's moves, but I was concerned about that offensive line because we looked suspect, and obviously the year proved it. But when Drew Dalman said he took less money to play under Ben Johnson, I knew that was just another reaffirmation that we got the leadership that we needed here. Not just Poles making his deals, but we got real leadership in that locker room and a coach that's I think he's gonna bring it all together. Again, I tell some of my friends, don't jump on the bandwagon this year. You guys talk all that mess about how tough it is about being Bears fans, and it's tough, and I got a right to say it. Okay, keep that energy over there, when because even Amon St. What's his name? Amon St. Brown, the guy from the Detroit Lions, he said, geez, it seemed like the Bears got an open checkbook. Like, how are they making all these deals? Like, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Only thing I wish they would do, I would hope they, if he's available, draft that running back from Boise State, and maybe pick us up a nice hard hitting safety. I wouldn't mind that.
Another safety.
Get us a running back and a safety. I think we're gonna be all right. Running
back and safety coming from Ralph. Vic, What you think about the moves, my brother?
Man, I like him, bro. Only thing I'm wondering, why haven't I heard him trying to extend Tony? I get he's 33, but I mean, bro, he's not injured. He's not an injury prone player. He hasn't missed any time. He's guarded Brady. He's protected Brady. He's protected Patrick Mahomes. Like, I need this guy here more than 1 year. I need this guy here more than 1 year. I don't care about his age. I care about productivity, and that applies to Grady Jarrett too. Like, Grady Jarrett has been an 11-year veteran, and he missed 12 games, and 9 of them came when he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So he durable. Came back last year and played all the games after coming off that injury. So now he's another year removed from that injury, and he's in a rotation with Dexter and Billings and Williams. We'll have to pressure. He'll have to put everything on his back, and that's what I like about it. He's really brought in to be a rotational piece, and keeping them fresh is gonna help that defense, man. Like, I'm excited to see what Dennis Allen can do with these guys, bro. Like, I like the offensive line moves. I love them. Like I said, you got Pro Bowlers there. Dahlman could be a Pro Bowler if he stays healthy.
Yes.
Probably would have been last year. So your line is fine. You could go for an upgrade at Braxton Jones, but maybe you bring somebody in to compete with him or something in the later round or something. I think Karan Amagaje is already there for that.
Yeah.
But let's see now how good he can be, because now last offseason he didn't get a training camp. He was coming off an injury when the Bears drafted him. Let's see what he can do with a full training camp under a guru offensive line. Basically, even though they don't want to say it, Ben Johnson kind of like is the head coach, but he's also like an offensive line guru, man. That's crazy.
And I was going to ask you with the moves being made to three-fifths of the offensive line. We got Darnell Wright on the right, of course. How are y'all feeling about Braxton Jones? Amara, I want to come to you. What you think about the moves? Are you okay with Braxton Jones? Do they go in the draft and try to get a left tackle? What do you think is going to happen with that?
Me personally, I love what they did because there's a couple of things. For one, you kept your first 3 picks of the draft, so you didn't even have to touch any of them. Two, if you decide to keep Braxton Jones, like my man said, Vic said, shout out to him, you draft somebody that he has to compete with. Because the problem was last year we had no depth, and then you couldn't play. What's his name? The number 72. He was unplayable. So but that goes back to Ryan Poles. Not that people starting to see he didn't do a good job. Yes, he drafted. You want to at least bat 500 in the draft. He was kind of under that because yes, you can draft the actual noticeables and the obvious ones, but it's always finding those hidden ones in the draft. So I love what they did. Also speak to what Vic said. Yes, extend Tooney as soon as possible. Obviously, yes, he's older, but he plays. Just like you said with Grady Jarrett, he plays, right? So I don't mind extending those guys because, like you said, he only missed 12. The games he missed was the year before last? And
23.
Like
23.
He tore his ACL. So that's telling me, and to be playing at defensive tackle, to be playing that long, like you're professional. And that's the whole thing about it. It's the locker room. You got 2 guys who are professional. Even though Atlanta didn't win Super Bowls, when they were in their heyday with Julio Jones and all that, he was there through it all. So, and with Tooney on the offensive line, it's going to challenge the locker room to be more professional and come to work to play. So I'm absolutely in love with what they did over the last couple of days.
Everybody's on board. Everybody's excited. I want to come back to you, Silver Fox, because I'm looking at Dayo's stats. He only had 3 sacks last year. He's only 25, so like you said, the upside is good. But can you lend some insight into why he only had 3 sacks? If you've seen him and you watched him, what was the issue why he only had 3 sacks? Because that's not a lot of sacks, and you giving the man 3-year, $48 million, 32 guaranteed. I mean, they paying him on upside. Got to be. What's your thoughts about him only getting 3 sacks in your opinion?
I would attribute that to the fact that the Indianapolis pass rush wasn't that impressive or wasn't really formidable. There was, I think they had like sacks by committee. Just to be honest, let's move on because you're talking about my coach, and the Bears are in a better place than my coach are right now. And I'm going to recuse myself from this conversation on those facts for just long. But no, y'all are in a better spot, and you know who your quarterback is. You have an idea. You have an identity. I don't think Indianapolis has an idea of what they want to do, and so I won't bloviate long on that. Go to somebody else. I have no idea.
I
Yeah.
touch on that one to help out. Yeah, I did. I know a little bit about him, bro. What happened with Dio O was last year Indianapolis Colts was in the 3-4, so he's moved to an outside linebacker, and his job really wasn't to rush the passer as much. You know what I'm saying? What Dennis Allen brought him in for is, bro, his like run defense is like top tier already. You know what I'm saying? And Dennis Allen said what Dennis Allen was most impressed with him about is his strength, his power, his strength. He's like a big guy. So switching from the 3-4 to the 4-3, he'll be more closer to the line of scrimmage this time, and maybe he can get a little bit more sacks. But he's really brought in, bro, like you said, for his upside, and also because he's a great run defender. And we were terrible against the run after Andrew Billings went down last year. We were giving up $135 every week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't understand how Indianapolis can afford to give away defensive ends, but that's a discussion for another day.
Well, I think that's because y'all in rebuild mode, so no sense in investing money, and we starting from scratch basically. Y'all really don't know what y'all got at the quarterback position, and you didn't want to invest money in, and you don't even know what the quarterback situation is. So I think I understand what Indianapolis is doing. Like, why invest some money and we don't really know what we're doing right now? But
I have a better understanding now. Thank you.
Great point, though.
Thanks to both of y'all. Thanks to all of y'all. Thank you. That helps.
Dennis Allen. I read a story where it says Dennis Allen. This was a special request from Dennis Allen to get Deo. That's why they made this signing. It was him. It wasn't Ben Johnson. It wasn't Ryan Poles. This was a Dennis Allen link up to come.
He likes his size, bro. Because remember when he brought Trey Hendrickson in down there to the Saints, and look what he's become. And he sees that same kind of potential in this guy to where he feels like he can mold him into an 8-9 sack guy with good run defense. Like he feel like he can mold him. He wants to mold this guy. He sees similar traits. Yeah, he sees similar traits.
Also, I want to add to that. Don't forget, remember Ryan Poles first signed, he tried to sign that guy from Cincinnati, and he had those medical red flags, and he had to let him go. Ogunjobi, very similar type of guy, defensive end, could play inside, outside. I think he got a way to get that type of player in the building again. You know, he tried it with the Walker guy, but this guy seems more like you say, upside. I'm excited. 6'6", 280. Lions, sign me up. You know what I mean? Let me. What can he do? Straight up.
Yeah. Hey, Montez 6'6" So we got some monsters on that line.
Yeah. And they say he had like 8 sacks the year before. They say he had 3 sacks.
What did Javon Dexter, like 6'5" himself too, right?
Yeah. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
See, that's for me, for like a technique wise, it's going to be great for Montez Sweat, because now you can't keep using the excuse, oh, I don't have another pass rusher with me, because now if you can move Grady up down the line, he's gonna eat up a double team. He's doing a 3 technique, so it's gonna free Montez up a little bit. So like we can't keep you. And then why I really love this move, like I thought we kind of overpaid for him, but you know, if Dennis Allen wanted him, he knows what he's doing. But the reason I really love this move, because if you know historically his teams, his defenses, they bring pressure. And so if they bring pressure, you know this back end, yes, God bless, if Briscoe can stay healthy, this back end gonna get to showcase itself. And see, that's the thing that we're gonna, because Bruce didn't blitz. He blitzed like probably 10% of the year and played cover 2, and we didn't even have a pass rush.
He didn't blitz at all.
I love this. I love this because it's gonna give the offense more chances to have the ball too. So I digress.
Okay.
Where did you all get the money from? That's what I want to know. How did Chicago have so much money? Where's the money? What y'all just said, hell? Y'all doing a Trump thing? Where y'all get all this money from?
Listen, this is Chicago, brother. This is a big city. We got to spend. We trying to win. Indy, that ain't a big market, so nobody's putting the pressure for y'all to have to win right now. I mean, you might be putting a little pressure on them, but the masses is not putting pressure. This is Chicago.
But don't Chicago got to operate under salary cap like the rest of the league? I mean, where's the money coming from? How do y'all just spend it like this?
He's not a fan, but like you got to remember, like a lot of this money came from being terrible too, because we signed a lot of contracts for guys mid-level that wasn't A+ guys. We only
Yeah,
had money tied up
like
into DJ and who was it? DJ,
Montez.
Jalen, and Montez. That's really it.
That's it.
So
Those
it
only
was
three
money.
guys.
Yeah.
And none of those guys reset the market. None of
No.
them reset the
Yep.
market with their contracts.
Yep.
So,
And so,
you know,
and
you got
another thing
guys on
too.
bargain deals compared to their counterparts.
But another
Yes.
thing too, you got to factor in Kevin Warren, because with the things he's doing on the business side, right? God bless McCaskey, she passed. But if you're paying Ben Johnson was it $16 million a year, you're basically telling the fan base we are finally spending money and we finally all in. So I am excited. I am super excited. I'm just gonna temper my expectations, but I am super excited.
Silver Fox, I think Indy got some money, man, but I don't know what they doing with it. What's the owner again? I forget his name.
Ursay.
Ursay.
You know, man, you got to go
He can't
find out
stay out
what's
of
going on.
rehab.
Yeah, he got rehab issues, man. You know, but hey,
He
hope
can't
he
stay
have
out of
no
rehab.
nothing going around here.
I mean, one thing I say about Hershey, he will pay his offensive lineman, man. He just need a quarterback. Like he draft well on the offensive line, draft well at running back, has some solid receivers. They have to get that defense in order. Like his offense ain't bad. They need a quarterback though, bro. Like Anthony Richardson ain't that dude, bro. He's not focused enough, man. He's not focused enough. I'm calling a spade a spade. Kid is not focused enough. He's happy with the bag. He's happy with the bag that come with being a starting quarterback in the NFL, but he don't want to put the work in to be great.
Didn't they sign that
Daniel
dude from the
Jones,
Giants?
bro.
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Come on,
Hey,
bro.
hey, this ain't pick on Indianapolis. Let's move on. Let's keep it moving. Hey, look here.
You're
What
right.
do you think about Cooper Kupp
Yeah,
filling that slot receiver Chicago might need? What do y'all think about that?
I don't think
Cooper-
he's going to come to Chicago. I don't think that's the way they're going to go.
I mean, he's still gonna get a nice little bag, and we ain't got it for him here. We just don't have it for him. Our money went somewhere else.
I thought Keenan or somebody left. Didn't somebody lead that receiving corps though in Chicago? Or you
Chicago
always
is a free agent, so we'll see what
Keenan
happens.
Allen, yeah. But we took that 23 million and put it into 2 offensive linemen.
yeah, well, hey,
Yeah.
Really one. Really one. That's Tooney money right there, man. That's Tooney money.
That's too right.
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson got another dub himself.
I do want to go around the league. We're gonna move it on for Silver Fox. No more indie talk. We're gonna go around the league though, and you can chime in on this. Out of all the moves that we've seen, what's the biggest offseason pickup in your opinion, Mr. Silver Fox? All the different moves that went on. I got some underrated pickups and my favorite pickup so far. But what move have you seen to say you think? I
wanna give the Bears credit for what they did. First of all, I think that's tremendous. Kudos to them. But I think the Mariota signing in Washington is big. I like that. I like that behind Daniels. I like that move. So yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good move.
I say out of the biggest names, I think Debo has a chance to have a big impact with the Commanders.
Hey, I forgot about that's another one. Yeah.
Debo has a big chance with his versatility, running, catching, special teams. He does a lot. I think he has a chance to be big time in Washington. And then my underrated is DeAndre Hopkins to Baltimore. I think if they can get him the ball, he's a go up and get it type of wide receiver. And Baltimore has not had that in I would think forever. I haven't seen. They always get these small, quick receivers.
Since they had Anquan Bolden, that's the last guy.
And he was he was more of a physical receiver where yards after the catch. I still think DeAndre Hopkins, he's a go up and get it 1-on-1. If he even, he's leaving. He can go get it at the top of the football. You throw it up there, he can go get it. But those are my two: Deebo Samuel and DeAndre Hopkins.
Those are good.
Ralph, what you got?
Well, besides the Bears, if I had to like my team, I love the 49ers, have since I was a kid. So Debo going to Washington is huge. But to me, and this may sound crazy, y'all, just like you guys said I was crazy for Philadelphia winning the Super Bowl. We ain't going to talk about that. We let that go.
Because you was wrong 8 times before you got it right. But go ahead.
You keep shooting, you're going to hit one. But anyway, I think Geno Smith's a big deal. I really do.
Vegas.
Yes. Vegas.
Wow.
I really do. I really do.
And you expect why is that? What's the reason?
I felt that coach, what's his name? Antonio Pierce. He was fired. I didn't think he deserved to be fired. I think the pieces were there. I think they were a quarterback away. I genuinely believe that. I really do.
So we know what that's about. You said something about this on a previous show.
I know. But
we ain't got a long leash. But go ahead.
But I watched a few Raiders games this year. They didn't get blown out in a lot of games. They were there almost. They competed every game. I think Geno Smith could be asleep. I really do. But Deebo Samuel to me was the biggest. That was a big. I think they might overpaid him, but I think that was a big sign.
He's right. Yeah.
Brian, what's your biggest offseason pickup?
Oh man, you guys hit a lot of them, but you know what? Since we on the 49ers, hold on. I like the Broncos pickups of those 49ers players, the Greenlaw and the Hufanga. I thought Hufanga was one of the best safeties I've seen in a long time. I don't know what happened to him last year, but I seen him wreck a Bears game, and I've been a fan ever since. So, and then we know Greenlaw what he was before he tore his ACL in the Super Bowl. So I think those two moves to that young Denver team, we gonna hit. They're gonna make some noise for that defense. Okay.
I agree with that move. Man, he wrecked the Bears game. Like, who is this dude flying over the field?
I never seen him before that game. I'm like, who is this guy, man? Who is he? He playing safety, linebacker. I even heard a stat he lined up on as an edge rusher like 90 times. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is your safety. It's crazy. So I like those moves and all of the things you guys mentioned as well. Though, you know, those are great moves. Great moves.
The Chargers, the Broncos are coming after the Chiefs. Mike Miller's supposed to be on here. I was gonna say, y'all gonna have some competition. Y'all lost Joe Tooney. The AFC West is getting better. Y'all better watch out. Amaru, what's your biggest offseason pickup?
I agree with all of those, but I would say the disappointment. Mine would be Myles Garrett. What we doing? Like, you take the bag, but like, man, like, you finna be in purgatory, my man. Like, you might as well. What did you say the other day? What y'all fucking say the other day? I don't go by the graveyard wisdom. Well, it's gonna be a lot of wisdom in that graveyard, because man, y'all in jail. Like, and I would also say, so that would be my disappointment. And then I would also say, again, Cleveland. Like, Deshaun Watson got hurt in the offseason. So you're literally, like, that's a dire, it's tough to be a Browns fan. Like, think about that. They tied up $200+ million to that guy, and he hasn't played, he only played, what, 1.5 seasons?
Yeah.
And
that's
tied
pretty tough.
100 and some plus million to Myles Garrett, and then you playing in that division. And then I'll go another one. What's going on with the Bengals?
You brought up something I want to touch on real quick, though.
Go ahead. No, I don't want to keep talking. I want to talk. Go ahead.
You touched on something. I like. We got Myles Garrett. Just a few days ago, he said he wanted out. I ain't resigning. I want to have a meeting with the owner. And then all of a sudden, they offered him the most non-quarterback contract, and all of a sudden, he just signed. I thought, he want to get out. He tired of Cleveland. He want to win. And then as soon as they talked that money, he switched. The money talked. I thought he wasn't going to be. I thought he really wanted to win.
Yeah.
Vic, what happened with that? What
I mean, bro, I don't even want to beat a dead horse. You already know what happened, bro. That guaranteed $120 million. You know what I'm saying? Like $40 million a year, bro. I mean, that's generational wealth, bro. Like his grandkids and grandkids and grandkids have never had to have to work again. So that's what that was all about. And then y'all ain't gonna say that the number one move y'all like that my boy finally going to a place with an offensive line and he's about to be an unquestioned starter in this league and show what he can do. Justin Fields to the New York Jets, baby.
Yeah, I want to hug the time. I'm root for him, man. I love Justin. I'm root for
Man,
him, man.
bro, they got a good offensive line over there, bro. Put them in and let them play. And whatever outcome you have, Let them develop just one season. I want to see them just play and see what you got. I mean, really have with a core. He's back with his college wide receiver. That's a connection that these guys already have. All they got to do is, like, man, pull some strings with Chris Olave, hit free agency, and get them over there. They can cook. We got Ohio State back in New York.
Yes. You're right. I'm definitely excited about seeing Justin Fields. He has the biggest upside out of all of these people.
And the fact he taking Aaron Rodgers' job and they pay Aaron Rodgers $49 million to go to the crib. Like, bro, we don't even want you around. We don't care if we losing $50 million. Get out the building. I love that. I love that.
I hope they surround him with a good offensive mind, though. Use his talents, man. Don't mess him over.
Bro, him and Brees Hall back there, that running game gonna be ridiculous. Him and Brees Hall back there with the QB option run, that run game gonna be ridiculous back there. And then you got his DJ Moore type of wide receiver that he can feed the ball to and Garrett Wilson. I think he's finna cook, bro. This is me personally. I think he's finna cook.
Look, ain't it Salah or something like that? Robert Salah?
No,
Salah got fired.
He in San Francisco. He didn't come back.
Tanner,
he came back to San Fran.
Well, I'm just glad Justin made him pay because let's not forget the Jets skipped him in the draft and picked Zach Wilson. I'm glad he made them boys pay that $30 million. I don't care how he play. Pay him like he weigh. Y'all could have avoided this 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I like that.
I want to go back to Myles Garrett a little bit. And Still Fox, I want to come to you because I don't understand. I can't understand it. And I mean, I understand it, but I don't understand it. And somewhere, like, the word is supposed to be your bond. And when you hear people talking all this big stuff, I want out. I want to meet with the owner. I can't take it no more. And then a day later, we're going to make you the highest non-quarterback in the league, and he signs. Is it simple as that? If Silver Fox, if you go on WLTA, you know what? I'm tired of this person, that person. I'm tired of this company, that company, and then won't out. But then they come to you with a contract. Are you just gonna switch up like that? Is that how it goes?
Now I'm gonna ask you a question in 2 parts. Yeah, as he said, he got the bag. He's the highest paid outside of a quarterback. Yeah. But listen to this story real quick.
Okay.
Dr. Williams at WLTH, he came to me. He said, "Now, if iHeartRadio came to you, offered you $200,000, you'd be gone, wouldn't you, Silver Fox?" I looked him straight in the eye and said, "I give you a chance to counter it."
Let's go with this story a little further. Say, and I don't want to use WLTA because you're still there. But let's say you at another company. Let's say you at iHeart. And it's not working out, man. It's purgatory. It's like the Cleveland Browns or the radio stations, okay? Yeah. And you say, you know what? I need to make a move, man. I want out. I want to go somewhere else. And you know your talent, you can go anywhere else. And you talking this big stuff. And then they come, and then iHeart say, you know what? We want to make you the highest personality out there. I know it's been bad, and I know what you said, but we're gonna offer you this bag. Are you just gonna go back? You came on the show the day before, and you say, you know what? I want out of iHeart. You was on the radio, say, you know what? I want out of here. It's not working out. And then a day later, they give you a new contract. How do you go over the radio and say, you know what I said yesterday? What do you say?
I'll tell you what I say. It all depends where I'm at. Now, if I'm where I'm at currently, then I'll just let history write its own story because I'm following the money. I'm going with the money. But if I got money, if I'm good, then I'm gonna stand on business. And what I said the day before, I stand on. I don't need to be the highest player outside of a quarterback. If I want out, I want out.
Right.
But again, that's if I'm good financially. If I'm in my current status where I need money, I gotta go with the money. I gotta follow the money, and I can't get mad at him. He gonna play football one way or the other. I don't know. I got it all depends on where you at financially at that point.
Let's be honest.
I mean, bro,
guarantee
honestly, bro, the Browns hold all the leverage, bro. They wasn't gonna trade him like everybody doing all the talking. The Browns held all the leverage. They weren't gonna trade, buddy. So he came to the conclusion, like, man, I ain't trying to hit all that. I'll pay my publicist to spin y'all with a story or something. But I'm gonna take this money, man. I switched up for the money. That's what it was, period. And we gotta go keep it real. 90% of the people go recant and come back and be like, man, you know what? I would have thought this over with my family, bro. And I think Cleveland is the best place for us to be right now, going forward. You know what I'm saying? That way I can pay my bills, if you get what I'm saying.
But
He didn't say, Cam. He said, I talked it over with my generations. Because you're right. That's it. He got generations.
But let's be honest.
My generation think Cleveland is best.
Let's be honest. I guarantee all 6 of us on here got people you work with or people you know who sold their soul for money. Like literally have sold their soul for a little bit of money. And they ain't getting Myles Garrett type money. They get
chicken change. They sold for chicken change.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying. Rob, let me ask you this. Silver Fox said it depends on the financial status. He's good already. It ain't like he's
I think he's good.
But Silver Fox said, even though he good, let's keep it real. It's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. You know what puts it in perspective? I read the stat. I read it yesterday. The quarterback for Buffalo.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is going to make $100 an hour every hour for the next 6 years. 24 hours a day.
But this is what I'm saying. He was going to get the bag somewhere else if he would have just ruffled some feathers. He could have made a whole fuss in the locker room. I want to be here. He could have shown up and just and gave half-hearted effort. My
man said it.
You think if he wants to trade, I don't know if another organization would have gave him $40 million. That $40 million is for the pain and suffering. I don't think he would have got $40 million from another team, bro. He would have probably got like 35, 30. He wouldn't have got 40 every year from another team. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. I don't think so.
Look, though, I also think we're missing a lot of the personal stuff, too. He's been in Cleveland for 10, 11 years. I'm sure his kids go to school in the area. He is probably comfortable in the community. He's just not happy in the organization. And on top of that, just give me $40 million to hush me up, to keep me quiet, it make it a little easier I've been losing all this time. I don't even know what winning's like. And then, so everybody think the grass is greener. What if they'd have traded your butt to Seattle? I don't know. What traded you to wherever? Now you over here missing Cleveland. What did they trade you to Chicago? You know what I mean? I'm just saying it might not. I'm not saying this version of Chicago. The previous versions of Chicago. I almost got me off the show. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, I think that it could also been a tactic, because I heard that his contract had no more guarantees. So at any moment they could have cut him. So this could have been a ploy from him and his agent. Hey, we got to get this money, baby. You know what I'm saying?
And guess who's smiling from ear to ear because he signed that contract? It's the guy in Dallas who wears number 11 who's smiling from ear to ear. Because think about this. So what's the average? So it's 40. Mike could actually ask for 50 because he's younger and he can woo! Cowboy fans are man. I pity y'all.
Who you talking about?
Michael Parsons.
Mike, out of here. Okay, Mike.
But I would say this, and I agree with you. Michael Parsons is smiling every year because, okay, you got that. You got to pay me. You Dallas. You Jerry Jones. You got to give me that money because you don't want to look like a fool. So you got to give me some money. You got to give me. And then now, with Garrett getting paid like that, Trey Henderson is out there shouting, how much is he gonna get? This guy had like 40 sacks the last 2 years. Like he gonna want $40 million a year. He's the same age as Myles Garrett. He's the same age as Myles Garrett, and he's been more productive the last 2 seasons. He's gonna want $40 million a year now. This is how this goes. He's gonna want $40 million a year now. They both 30 years old. It's crazy. And he's gonna get it. And he's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
This is my thing, though. These players got to stop this, man, because we watching the news and we like, oh man, he really want out. The way he was parading, I want to talk to the owner. I want a personal meeting with the owner. Get you GM. I want out. You can't. I'm looking like, oh man, he really want out. He sold me.
Hey, but it's gotta, you know, this remind me of Scottie Pippen after the 1997
Yep.
season, vowing to never ever put a Chicago Bulls uniform on again. And then 1998, Scottie Pippen had a Chicago Bulls uniform on again. So it was like, okay, he got his frustration out the way. He got the bag. He secured the bag. And Pip tactically secured the bag because the Bulls signed him and sent him to Portland. He finally got paid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Houston. I'm sorry, Houston.
And we about to move on, but I'm not never believing another player who say they want out. They fired. The last time you get me, you're not gonna.
Hey, I can respect that, bro. I can respect that, bro.
One more thing though. You know, it's crazy. They didn't even tell him to pursue a trade. They just said, "We're not trading you." The Bengals
We
was
not.
like, "Bro, go look for a trade partner." That's crazy.
They didn't even tell him that. They like, yeah.
The owner said I ain't meeting with you, so I thought it was about to get ugly.
The owner said I ain't even gonna meet with you.
Hey, ain't this what we've been asking for too, though? Some of these, one of these organizations to stand up to one of these players and say you ain't going nowhere. Only thing they folded and gave you some money. If it had been me, you'd have played the next 3 years on what I gave you. But you know,
Hey, you and what was the general manager in Chicago that wouldn't Reinsdorf? What's the one that died?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause.
Yeah, you and Krause. Y'all don't get off for y'all position.
Man, hey, they was both in our faces, man. Garrett and the owner. They was all playing in our. They were trying to, you know what I'm saying, acting like they both on, and they both was playing in our faces.
Hey, bro, they were trending. They both were getting paid, bro. It's all about trending now. You know, that's you get paid now, man. Twitch and get your story on Twitch and all this other stuff, Twitch X and all this stuff, and you trending on top of getting the 40 million. You know.
Hey,
I don't know one player that's said something like that and really followed out. So we should never believe him from the first place. You name one that's done it. Who has stood on business? Name one player.
Jimmy Butler.
I can name two football. But
Khalil
it's
Mack.
interesting that you said that.
Khalil
Le'Veon
Mack
Bell was
did.
one.
Yeah, Khalil Mack. And Khalil Mack. He sat out in training camp and everything with LA. He was not reporting. And he got traded to the Bears a week, 2 to 3, a week before the season started. Yeah, he wasn't going. He was not going.
Hassan Reddick did it a couple of years ago too. That's what I thought, because he made this elaborate letter and he talked about how he was a kid and he dreamed of coming from Canton, and it was like you said, literally a day later. I said he signed. I'm like, wow. And he only got like a no-trade clause in his contract too.
Yeah.
Hassan Reddick did it wrong though. His didn't pan out right.
He
He balled out and then it did not go well. He's still trying to recoup. He's more like the Dennis Schroeder. You know, Schroeder got an offer from the Lakers, 4 years, $84 million. He thought he was gonna get more, and then he's been on 1 year contracts on 3-4 different teams ever since.
I'm telling you, it ain't even coming close to 40 million.
Not at all. But listen, man, I'm not believing these players. I feel like I got played in my face, but we gonna move on. I'm a message Miles Garrett one day. Like, look, man, y'all over there playing around, man. I really thought you was about to stand on business. I want to move on to Aaron Rodgers. He's still out there, and real quick, I just want to go around the horn real quick. Where should he go? Which situation is better, Vikings or the Steelers? Silver Fox, where you at?
I think the best situation is the Steelers. I think it's a winning organization.
Yes.
I don't think they had a winning season since their coach tenure there. And I think another thing, he's coming off that injury, and everybody knows you need like a year and a half to recover from that, to regain some of your old, play. So I'm thinking next year's going to be a lot better for him. He's going to be more comfortable on that Achilles, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they just win in Pittsburgh. They give him a defense, he'll just be a game manager.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. He should be able to manage a game.
Silver Fox go with the Steelers. He's right. Mike Tomlin somehow, some way is going to get over that 500 mark. He hasn't had a losing season in a very, very long time. Ralph, Vikings or Steelers?
I'm going to say the Vikings because my man made Sam Darnold look like a superstar the last couple of years. So I mean, Minnesota, coach, he about that life. He puts winning teams on the field, and and it's also an indoor stadium. Healing on
Yeah.
that Achilles at 40, because I'm over 40. Once you go outside and it's cold, your bones feel a little different. So I think he might prefer to be inside that stadium, and Minnesota might. I think that might be a better fit for him.
Vikings did have 14 wins last year. They did make Sam Darnold look good. He might be able to work some magic with Aaron. Brian, where you at? Vikings or Steelers? What situation is better?
I was leaning Steelers until Ralph just said what he said and made me think about it a little deeper. But I'm thinking more in terms of Tomlin, the veteran coach, winning tradition. He could probably fit right in, blend right in. Minnesota, it would give you following Brett Favre's footsteps more than creating your own. Because this is the same path Brett Favre took after Green Bay. So, but I think both of them are equally attractive for a veteran quarterback. So, I go there. You got DK Metcalf, Pickens, you got Justin Jefferson, Addison. Both of them got emerging defenses. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's just, you want to be indoor, you want to be outdoor.
You made a good point about the Brett Favre. Brett Favre, it's a story that says Brett Favre says he's encouraging Aaron Rodgers to go to the Vikings. That would be crazy for them to have the same trajectory on their career with the same teams. That'd be nuts. Amaru, where you want to see Aaron Rodgers at, Vikings or the Steelers?
I'm gonna say Vikings, man. Cuz played there, so I was there when Brett. I went to some of those games when Brett Favre was there. I think the Vikings got better weapons. You got Hockenson at tight end, Addison, Justin Jefferson, best wide receiver in the NFL. You got your tackles, so decent line. You got Aaron. They just re-signed Aaron Jones, and then you got a nice young coach. Another reason I want him to be there so we can beat them, because we never really beat up on them up until 2016. They just had a leeway. So it'd be a way of Caleb getting our lick back and just getting it back in purple. So remember, we was the team that ended Brett Favre's career up in Minnesota, the Monday night game. So
Mark Anderson, I'm trying to remember who it was that sacked him. I think it was Mark Anderson, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Mark Anderson. I think it was Mark Anderson.
Man, it was Buddy with the high top fade, man. I can't think his name right now. He's the analyst for the Bears too. He still got the Christian Williams cut.
Corey Wooten, that's who it was.
Corey Wooten,
98, yeah.
98. It was Corey Wooten. Yeah.
Y'all carry grudges, man.
He said he
owned y'all. Y'all wanna mess him up in his old age now.
Yes.
So why y'all didn't do that?
Pretty
much.
Why you didn't do that? You still playing. Hey, you still playing, bro. He's still playing. You want to play? We're going to treat you like you're a young guy.
Why y'all didn't do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him go to the Steelers. I don't want no parts of that dude in the division, dude. I just don't want to see him anywhere near the NFC North. I just don't. That ship is sailed. Let these young guys, quarterbacks play, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put McCarthy in there. Let us beat him up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all need another quarterback in a couple of seasons. Don't bring Rodgers in for us to beat up, and then you study further McCarthy's growth. Then I'm hearing rumblings out of his camp why they didn't re-sign Darnold with that. He's talking about he's gonna come to them talking about he want to trade or something if he don't play this year. Did y'all hear that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I heard something similar that Ryan Clark was talking about a few days ago on Get Up. Yeah. They said they hearing rumblings. Nobody said nothing official, but they hearing rumblings that McCarthy is gonna complain about riding the bench again. But if I was the coach, it wouldn't matter. You can play how you want to, man, bro. I ain't trade you like we said, and you go sit behind this veteran and learn for a year, another year.
Still on that rookie contract, right?
You know who would make that trade though? His college coach, who coaches in San Diego. With the LA Rams. I mean the Chargers.
Oh yeah, Harbaugh.
Harbaugh would make that trade. You think he wouldn't?
Not as long as Josh Herbert back there throwing that ball. He ain't making that trade.
To me, that dude's super overrated, man. But it is what it is, man.
Silver Fox, did you have a question? I think you was trying to get a question in before Vic.
I was just gonna say. I said, y'all Bears fans, stop carrying grudge. Let it go. He owned you while he was in Green Bay. Just let it go, man. It was then. This is now.
It wasn't just the fact that he beat. It wasn't just the fact that they were beating us, bro. The man kind of like antagonized the fans, bro. You know, he antagonized us, bro. He was so disrespectful to the fans. It wasn't the fact that you were just beating us on top of it. You were being a jerk to us on top of it, to the fans on top of it, bro.
about he owned us, he got stock in all like, nah, bro, you got to pay for that some kind of way.
Yeah, we gotta get our lick
he
back,
put the
bro.
championship belt on. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get our lick back. We gotta
Yeah.
get our lick back.
Yeah, no. We
Y'all gonna catch him. Y'all gonna catch him in Minnesota, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all don't think DK Metcalf and Pickens could use a guy like Rodgers though?
Oh,
Y'all don't think that would be a
absolutely.
good
Oh,
pick?
yeah.
But that O line is suspect. That O
It's
line,
Yeah, they
very
are.
suspect. It's very suspect.
I think better for him to come to the Vikings, but I'm with you, Big. I kind of don't want to see him in the division unless I know he trash and I know we can get him. If there's any inkling that he can rekindle some old.
I mean, it
Ownership.
wasn't much winning, but he played pretty well in the
He didn't
division.
play
He played
bad.
pretty well down the stretch
He didn't
last
play
year.
bad last year. He had rough
Not
stretches,
at all.
but his numbers wasn't that bad. His numbers
Wasn't
not
that
bad
bad at all.
It's
Wasn't that
called
bad at all.
ownership.
Yeah,
called
somebody need to
ownership.
just let him go. Don't even sign him. How about that? It's over. You 40-some years old. You tore your Achilles. I mean, come on, bro. You're an MVP, Super Bowl winner. It's okay. It's okay. Go to the booth. We join Pat McAfee show. Something, we have. I don't want to see him. I don't want to even see him no more. So I take it back. Nobody. How
Say,
about that?
not neither. You said neither. I got a bad feeling he's going to end up going with the Vikings. The same
Yeah.
as Brett Favre. I thought it was going to for sure be the Steelers, but because of Brett Favre encouraging him, and he did the same thing, and Brett Favre actually had a good year with the Vikings, I believe.
NFC Championship. They got to
Yep,
the
he
NFC
did.
Championship.
Yep.
Did they have a good report?
Yeah,
They didn't have
the
that
Saints
good of a
beat
report,
him
right?
that year. The Saints beat him that year.
They love that man in that locker room too. When that big Pat Williams, Kevin Williams, and Barry and Andrew Peterson, they love Brett Favre in that locker room.
Yeah.
But what was the relationship between Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers? Wasn't it kind of contentious a little bit?
It was very contentious.
Until they got older.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they're moving it over. But
Because Favre didn't want to leave Green Bay. He like, the hell with this kid. I know he's good, but I still can play too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it was when he was there. When he was in Green Bay, it was contentious. Once he left, it's like they was cool after that. It's like it was what it was, man.
Yeah, well, we're running out of time, but I want to get to a few more topics, man. LeBron versus Stephen A. I know it's a little older, but I believe everyone on here has kids. I don't, so I want to ask y'all who was right and wrong in this situation, because it was very interesting. And I'm gonna play the video for people who didn't see it. The backstory is Stephen A. pleaded with LeBron to stop the shenanigans with Bronny. He shouldn't be in the league. The only reason he's in the league is because of you. He shouldn't be there. And this was LeBron James' response. He caught him at a game, and then this is what he did. He confronted him, and here we go. He does not look happy. Look, it was a little intimidating. So I had some conversations with some people, and the word is, what he said was, keep my son out of this. Like, if you want to talk about me, cool, but leave my son out of this. And then I talked to somebody recently, and I asked him, he said, I got a kid. He said, if Stephen A. did what he did to my kid, I'm coming knocking at his door. Like, we got to talk. And I was shocked by his response, because I'm thinking, in my opinion, he's letting his son know, look, you about to go to the league. You're going to have to talk about you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, this seems like it might have to be more with Stephen A. than actually what happened. Because would he came to anybody else like this, or because he know him and Stephen A. Stephen A. got Jordan as the GOAT. He's never just going with the flow with LeBron. He call it like it is when it comes to LeBron, and they don't have the best relationship. So I would think, is it more about Stephen A. or was he right for quote unquote sticking up for his son? I don't have kids, Silver Fox. Do you have kids?
I do.
If somebody talk about your son like that on national television, are you talking to your son or are you talking to Stephen A?
I'm talking to my son. Fact is, I got my son in the league, got him on in the league again, and I'm like, and let me just say, I think LeBron just like overdid it. I mean, I get defending your son, but I don't think he really attacked his son personally. there's some stuff going on with a car incident and Bronny, and that's personal. And he didn't go there. He talked about his play on the court. And LeBron James and Bronny James are in the NBA. Stephen A. covers the NBA. And as long as he doesn't make it personal, I think, I don't even know where LeBron was coming with that. He could have went after that situation, off the court situation that Bronny's going through, but he didn't. He kept it professional, and he talked about, his play on the court. And he also kind of like promoted Bronny, saying that he's doing good in the G League and he might have a career. I'm going to just go on record and say they were the first duo, father and son, to play together. They'll be the first father and son to retire together as well.
That's a hot take. Rob, I want to come to you. What you think about this?
So I don't know nobody's situation here. I don't know nobody's situation, like who got kids, nothing. So I ain't saying nothing to offend nobody. So please don't take what I'm saying offensive. But this is the reason why men 25 to 15 are so soft, and this generation is so pussyfied, because you got parents literally defending their kids, and that boy is grown. And I can say this: I got my son in the union when he was 21.
Yeah,
he was 21 years old, making $40 an hour. And anybody that was giving him crap and busting his balls, I let them do it, because he had to be a man. I was not going to coddle him. I gave him the worst job to do, and I didn't care if somebody critiqued him, because that's what's called being a man and having to deal with it. So that's why I think this generation is so soft, because everybody's afraid their kids don't talk to my son. You don't know him. Man, I remember one time my best friend's father whooped both of us in his bedroom. I got whooped by my best friend's father. I never told my mama that. Yeah, please. That's what's wrong. Don't even get me started. That's the
Ralph came strong with that take.
That's a sore subject for me, man.
I made a post on Facebook, and I know everybody probably seen Good Times before. And you remember when JJ was, behind his father, like, let me get him. This seems like LeBron is making it seem like Daddy LeBron got to come to Bronny's defense all the time. Like, you didn't even let him figure it out. You came to his defense, and it wasn't even that bad. But I digress. Brian, what are you doing? What do you think about this?
I think, again, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I think he could have picked up the phone and had this conversation if you felt like this. Or you could have went on your own platform, on a podcast, and verbalized how you felt as a parent. But I don't like it. I feel like, anybody else do this. If Boogie Cousins do this, you throwing him out the league. LeBron confronted a media member on the sideline. I mean, is that Stephen A. got the right to do his job? Now, I'm not saying that as a parent, LeBron is wrong for feeling the way he felt. I just feel like the time and the place on the sideline before a game, you got bigger things to be worried about than what somebody has said about your son in G League. And like Silver Fox and everybody else is saying, you got him into this position, so you should have prepared him. Where was your daddy when they was talking about you? Your daddy, I didn't see that, man. So I'm saying I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm all right. I'm just saying he could have handled it with a little bit more class, as you being the GOAT that you are. I think he could have had a one-on-one conversation. We didn't need to see that. We didn't need to see that. We didn't need to know that. We didn't even need to know that got to you, LeBron. We didn't need to know that. So I feel Ralph just woke me up with that one. 25 to 15, they pussified. I'm with you, Ralph. I'm feeling that, though. I felt that you really changed my perception in that take, though. You did. Just because at first I was leaning towards the father. But then it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. Let this man fight. Let him fight for himself. You got him the job. Let him earn his keep and deal with whatever backlash may come with it. So, yeah. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I think you could have handled it a little better.
Hey, Amaru, this made me think, with everything you just said, Brian, it made me think, like, you got to remember, we are talking about LeBron James. He's in LA. He's all about, storylines and making movies and media and all that. Like, was this a publicity stunt? Because
I think it was.
Going to be watching.
I think it was. He, bro, you got to think of. It's a couple of things going on here. So from Stephen A's perspective, this is what's tripping me out. You didn't expect someone as as famous as him to come at you, use the same person that killed Kwame Brown for 18 years. So this is when I first started, I'm like, okay, so does that not offset what you did to this man? Because what if his father would have came and stepped to you, right? So now, because remember, he's always put in the atmosphere, I don't want to criticize him, but you criticize Kwame Brown, what we doing? Second thing, he is a professional basketball player. He gets paid a check. His check says Jenny Bus, Los Angeles Lakers on it.
Yeah.
So, like my man said, you are a professional. So that all comes with. I'll give you a quick story. My daughter plays soccer. She's 15. I tell her all the time, you're gonna have to sink or swim, right? So her coach comes to me. I said, look, you talk to her anyway, because I don't like. So we rough, like my family rough. We tough and rough. We athletic. So like I'm like I ain't with all that over parenting. So when she, she'll have an injury or whatever, I'll go see her. But I'll wait because she knows how I am. I'm not, and so like I'm not gonna over parent you, especially when you're getting paid to play, right? So like that's crazy. And then what really irritated me was like his whole thing about you're disrespecting my son as far as, and then said he playing as a father. Bro, you got on social media and opened your mouth and said my son is better than some of these players in the NBA.
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, not even the top tier players. You don't think the 6, 7, 8 guys on these benches that was on the team last year saw that? Didn't see that?
Yeah.
Like what we talking about? And so you think that? And I get it. He's your son and all that. But nah, bro, that was whack. That was so whack and corny. And you didn't have no smoke for Skip Bayless. You didn't have no smoke for Kendrick Perkins. You didn't have no smoke for none of these other people. But then you want to step pregnant out of it. He corny, bro. He corny.
Big, everybody coming out with their war stories of their children. They getting excited and getting Brian and got inspired by Ralph and Amaru came with his story. You got a story about your kids, or what do you think about this story?
Man, bro, LeBron is a word that starts with T and ends with R. Tender. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know where you was going with that one.
man,
buddy.
Bro, that was as a 50-year-old man, bro, I've been following sports for like 40 years, bro. I've never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. Like, seriously, I've seen reporters and guys go back and forth and have their words, whatever. But what Stephen A. said and didn't warrant that. It didn't even warrant a phone call, bro. It didn't even warrant a phone call. Yeah, some of y'all say like, oh, he could have made a phone call. What he did didn't warrant a phone call. It didn't warrant anything, bro. He did his job. He critiqued LeBron Jr. Period.
And
he critiqued LeBron Jr. and LeBron Jr. had a problem with it, man. You know, he had a problem with it. Oh man, that's my son. But like y'all said, he didn't have that smoke for everybody else. He didn't have that smoke for I forget the guy's name on Fox Sports who said, man, Bronny wouldn't even be in the G League if LeBron wasn't his father.
Let me chime in one time.
You know it? Yeah, yes, that's his name. Yeah. Say he would say if LeBron wasn't in the NBA, he said he don't even think Bronny G League material. Now I think he probably can play in the G League, whatever. But but where's the smoke at for this guy though? With LeBron, where's the smoke at for this guy? Where's what's up? Like
he wouldn't
it's like Stephen A. Bro, he tried to intimidate Stephen A. the way he stood over him and all that though too. I'm like, that's just real funny. But I'm a 60-year-old man, bro. Like you try to punk him, bro. Like it just wasn't like they said. That just wasn't cool, bro. Like that was just like corny, bro. Like you said,
corny, bro.
Let me ask y'all a quick question.
He wouldn't have ran up on Pat McAfee like that.
No.
That's another. You already know. Don't go there, Ralph. You know I'll take it there. Don't do it. Go ahead, Silver Fox.
Let me just ask a quick question. Now, you know what this? I'm gonna go a whole different direction with this because like you say, it kind of shows LeBron's pettiness, and he's always had this shadow of pettiness around him anyway, right? But I'm gonna throw a name out there, Deontay West. Did he go overboard with that?
His father. That's his father.
His stepdaddy. I'm just saying. Deontay West ended up under a bridge really? Because did he really need to end up there because of that situation? And I gotta believe LeBron played a lot in that, y'all. He was behind the scene on that.
I believe so too.
No, you know what?
Go ahead.
LeBron he's been doing this type of stuff. He's been picking his battles his whole career.
Yeah.
He been picking them wisely from the decision to go to Miami to trading Wiggins for Kevin Love to who we gonna guard on defense. He been to assembling Rich Paul and all them guys. He been getting people traded and released. Delonte West. He been doing this his whole career. So
Dwight
you know,
Howard.
Let's talk about it.
Dwight Howard. Come on.
Yeah.
I want to get to. Let me find out that LeBron is the Olivia Pope of basketball. Like, he just getting ready to do what he wants to. Delonte West can't get right now. All of a sudden, he's the bum on the street. Dwight Howard just came out, said, I called him a B word and told him to get back on D. I got shipped out. Is he just moving pieces the way he wants to all over the place because he don't get his way? Like, this is getting ridiculous.
Hey, bro, the man been tender from day one, bro. This ain't nothing new. Like, he been tender. He have been. Even when we all
Stephen
liked
A
him
was
the
too
first
big for him to move. My bad.
So LeBron went. Dwight Howard went on Mario Chalmers' podcast, and that's another thing. You know, Mario Chalmers ain't never shied away from confrontation with LeBron as well.
No, he did.
That they linked up and told some truth. Dwight Howard says, "Look, man, I called him to be word, told him to get back on D. Next thing I know, I'm out." Like, is that how the NBA is being? He's been running the league like this. How long can this go? How long is this going to keep going? He got a son in the league. Delonte West under bridge somewhere. Dwight Howard off the team. Like, when is it going to stop? That's the question. Is it going to stop until he retire? Or even when he retire, is he going to buy a team? Is he going to be a part owner somewhere and doing the same thing?
They ain't gonna let him do that. But that's the thing. Like, people, and see, this generation, bro, they don't understand because, like, we all around the same age. I'm 44. So we grew up Bulls fans, right? So it's like we understand, like when you see a great player, you'll understand, like, okay, Reggie Miller was great, Patrick Ewing was great, David Robinson was great, right? Because they're playing against the greatest player, right? So you have respect for other players. He has no respect for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty interesting. Like, now that you think about it, when they haven't been to the final since. But then, if you notice, when he's playing with Luka now, every time the game ends, he darts off the floor.
Yeah.
Remember when he would play with AD now? He's all in the post game and D Wade and all that stuff. And see, he's starting to realize, like, bro, you've ruined the product because the ratings are down since 2010. What happened in 2010?
He hooked up with Wade.
Yeah. So that, like, he has literally watered down the NBA to its knees. He don't participate in anything. People, and see, this is the thing. I kind of hate us because we don't hold them accountable. We don't stick to the script because did you know he performed in the skills competition 2 years in a row back in the early it was like 2008, 2000, and he failed miserably. So right then and there, he'd stopped participating in anything. And then just the past All-Star game, him and Bronny declined. How can Bronny James decline anything? You decline to participate? Because remember, it was about his son, right? So if I would have been very okay with you participating in the skills competition with your son, both of y'all declined? Oh, like, bro, he's whack. He's always been whack. He's corny. He ruined the league. He literally ruined the league.
Damn, Amaru. I didn't think about that one. LeBron single-handedly ruined the league.
Wow.
Jesus.
Damn.
He said he was going to do the dunk contest, and then he didn't do it. He lied. He lied.
Do it.
Man, y'all. Oh my goodness. That's a hell of a take.
What makes me mad?
And there's some truth to that, though. My bad.
But what make me upset? This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. The Stephen A. situation is the old Stephen A. would have stood on business, but ever since the Ray Rice situation, when he got suspended and got his hand slapped, he even backed up off this situation. He tried to, LeBron was talking to me as a father.
Father, come on, man.
Like, Stephen A. do not want to ruffle no more feathers. and that's what I used to like about him. But he's not the same.
He got bought. He got bought.
Yeah, he just
Bought
got
just like
$100
he
million.
sold his soul like Garrett. Like
He got
Miles
$100
Garrett,
million
he got bought.
contract.
He just got a new contract too. Yeah,
Like Miles Garrett, he got bought.
It's bad out here. And see, that's why we have this show. We're gonna tell it like it is, man. We ain't being bought. Now, nobody don't send me no contract, but I gotta make a decision. We're not being bought around here.
Wait till iHeart come. Al gonna be like, "Who is this? Who is it? I don't got your number. Who is this?"
Goodness. We said, and
Hey, Al.
I should
Hey,
take
I'm gonna tell you like I told Dr. Williams. I'm gonna allow you a counter offer.
All right, listen, we about to get up out of here, man. Before I do have a come to church scripture. I went to my cruise today, Ralph. You know about that, and we talked about 1 Samuel 13:5.
Mine's tomorrow. My cruise tomorrow.
Yeah, so I went to cruise, and the story of Saul and what he did, it was very interesting. And what we talked about in cruise was, and one of the guys said he actually felt bad for Saul. Saul was in for people who don't know, Saul was in a situation where he had some people with him, like an army, and stuff started going haywire. And he wasn't supposed to do nothing till the prophet Samuel came back. But because stuff got crazy, he got scared to say, "Hey, Samuel's supposed to be here in 7 days. Samuel ain't came. Everybody's scattering. Everybody looking crazy. I got to make a move and do something." He reacted without seeking God, without waiting for God's prophet to come lead him the way. And so we talked about how we sometimes react when the pressure is on. And the title of the series is called Insecurities. But in the cruise, we just talked about how sometimes we can react when the pressure is on in our daily life, whatever that is. And then it made me think about the scripture, Proverbs 3:6, about in all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. Saul just reacted because he was in trouble. He was like, "Hey, Samuel, you ain't here. You supposed to be here in 7 days. I got to do something." And he ended up failing God, and he got stripped of his being a king. And so acknowledge. One of the things that I said I wanted to focus on was acknowledging God in all my ways, whether the small things or the big things. It's easier said than done. One of the things that I find good to do is I find scriptures like this. I go print it out at Walgreens and stick it in my car to try to give me a reminder. Because if I'm being honest, when stuff come up, I ain't always thinking about acknowledging God. Sometimes I'm just reacting, but I don't want to just react to make the wrong move. And so this is the come to church scripture today. 1 Samuel 13:5, the story of Saul, his being a king and failing God, and then Proverbs 3:6. Try to acknowledge God in all your ways. You'll be amazed how he leads you and things like that. But that's the scripture today. Listen, man, I want to thank my panel today, Mr. Silver Fox. Thank you for coming on, brother.
Yes, sir.
Y'all can catch him. Tell him where you can catch you, man, on WLTH. You can catch him all throughout the day because he's on there multiple times.
You can catch me. I do 6 to 7. The 6 o'clock news with the Silver Fox, and then I'm part of the Breakfast Club from 7 to 9. And then Saturdays I got my sports show. And now I came on your podcast. I need you to co-host with me one morning on the Breakfast Club. So I'm looking forward to one day we can do that. Hopefully in the near future.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir. Ralph, Vic, Brian, Amaru, appreciate y'all.
Thanks for having me again, bro.
Anytime, bro. Always love, baby.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna put some clips up of everybody and get some polls going on in the chat. But we're gonna see y'all next week, next Wednesday, same time, 8 p.m. See y'all next week.
We lock and load, Alan.
Thank you.